Hi, Paul with a new video on the PBM-22C. What I'll be showing today is a few new wired remotes that I've made for the mine. They're mainly for setting booby traps, and I also made a multiple mine trigger. First, I have a few announcements. We've had a lot of people from overseas contacting us wanting to buy this product. We've tried to send some to some individuals. It just turns out that it's just too costly. We tried sending one to someone in England, and it was going to be well more than $400. And even people to Canada, shipping to Canada, even though the shipping cost really isn't that much, the cost of clearing customs is more than $100. So what we're doing is we're working on a couple dealerships. We have two that we're trying to set up in the Eurozone, and we have one that we're trying to set up in Canada. It'll be a lot cheaper for everybody, us getting it over in bulk, and company to company. Customs clearance is less also. So be patient. Know that we are working on it. We're trying to get that set up. And any stores that we get, we'll be posting on our web store, and we'll also list any stores that we get on the comment sections of our videos. Also, we've been contacted by some people saying that when they get their mines, they fire weak. This is mainly due to the paintball being used. So if you switch to a different paintball, cheaper, slightly out of round ones are actually better than the more accurate ones because they wedge down in the barrel better. Try that. Probably guaranteed to work. And anyway, from this day forward, I've made some changes to the mold so that it should fit many more paintballs, and it actually fire a little bit better. So to the mine. The two switches I've come up with are normally closed and normally open. Now, when I first built this mine, there was a wired remote to it, but I only added that as a backup plan because I hadn't received the RFs yet, and I wasn't really sure how they were going to work. But when I got the RF remotes, they're outstanding. They're great. So I kind of just dropped the wire because nobody was using it anyway. But I kind of always liked the idea of having a wired switch so that booby traps could be set. Now, if you have an older model that does have a wired remote, just know that these switches are not compatible with the old remotes. You have to get another one because being a booby trap, it's a dead man switch. So that once the switch is fired, unless you reset whatever you had activating it, the remote is just going to keep running and running and running. So I had to put a cutoff switch inside the remote. So now when it fires, it automatically kills it. So that the other old remotes don't have that. And if you try doing this, it's just going to run and run and run. And the remote is not meant to do that. Remotes are meant to run for a split second and stop. Okay. So here we have the normally open switch. Okay. Now this could be set up on a window, or I have this mock-up door right here. And what happens is when you open the door, it'll swing. And let me also say that the two mines I have set up here are for report only. I won't be firing any paintballs till I get to the triple setup. So anyway, here we go. We have the door swings open. Mine goes off. Okay, now over here, we have a normally closed switch. Okay, now a little scenario. Say you're playing a game and you have to take area B. And in area B is a laptop that you have to recover. So you guys you take over area B, you get into the room, you see the laptop, you go grab the laptop, bang, mine goes off, everybody's dead, okay? So that's those two switches, that's for remotes, okay? Now to the triple switch, I have to get my mask on here. Okay. Now, this can set off all three of these mines at the same time. Now, of course, I have them clustered here because of the size of my target, but you can actually have these spread out over 40 feet apart. which gives you basically a 60-foot span of trail or whatever. You could have them set up in a straight line. You could have a U formation facing in, facing out. There's a whole bunch of options. But all three of these are going to go off at the same time. Now, as you can see, I have them lightly camouflaged. You can lightly camouflage these. This one I have the newspaper wrapped around. You got ferns on this one. Now, a little scenario that I've seen on YouTube. Some guy's playing in Canada in one of those towns where it just seems like everybody up and left, awesome places to play. This guy's in the second story of a building, and he's using first strike, and he's picking off these guys left and right over outside. They don't know where the shots are coming from because he's far away. They finally figure out where he's coming from. They storm the building. They get up there, and he's hiding in this little cubby hole, right? And the guys are looking for him. There's like 3 or 4 guys in the room, and they almost leave, but then one guy notices the little cubby hole, and they get him. Now, all I could think of was, what if he had this set up in the corner of the room? The 3 guys come in, bang, he wipes them out. 5 seconds later, he's back at his window, popping off. You're talking about, 15 kills or so. So you can lightly camouflage this like this. All right? Now, before I bring in my test subject, just remember that I designed this mine for close quarter firing. So the paintballs don't really fire as fast as they do from a paintball gun, because who wants to be standing 5 feet away from one of these? The paintballs are coming out at 280 feet per second, and you get hit by 5 or 6 paintballs. Not many people find that fun. There are some. I know some people would think that would be fun, but 99.9% of the people who play paintball don't want 5 people shooting at them from 5 feet away all at the same time. So we'll be using yellows here today, which is the maximum load for this mine. Now, they come out about 160 feet per second, which is relatively slow, but good enough to mark at this range. 12, 15 feet is maximum range. There's also a green. The greens come out slightly slower. You still have a good chance of getting a break, but you'll feel them hit you nicely. It has a nice report. And then there's brown, which is the lowest. They fire around 100 feet per second. Again, you'll feel them hit you. You'll get the report, but the chance of getting a break is almost non-existent. Right? So with that, I'll bring in my test subject. Now this is also wireless, this triple remote, and I don't have it on this one because this is my demo, but it will also have a pigtail so that you can use the booby trap switches with. Okay, so here we go. On, and we'll be firing in 3, 2, 1. Now, as you can see, we got nice hits. Okay, so that's that. That's the new switches I've come up with. And just one more thing before I go. Over the years that I was developing this, I actually came up with another idea. It's not paintball. It doesn't have anything to do with paintball mines. When I make a video on it, it's actually going to be posted in the paintball sniper rifle category of YouTube. So if you'd like to subscribe to our channel, you can keep up with us there on that. If you like this video, give us a like. We'd also appreciate that. And, well, that's about it. So remember, play safe and have a nice day.